Explain to him what you want him to do.
Okay, so that's running. So you just keep your eye right on there.
Moving closer to it, Adam.
Make sure that recording doesn't stop, okay?
Can you see it?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
So what's this for? Just actors and that?
This is, okay, so we're making a film about the life of Mark Hammer Dixon. And so pretty much my film's going to be a tribute to bouncers. I used to be a bouncer myself, so there's the main characters, but also the secondary characters in it, like the people who work with Mark, like yourself. So essentially, what I want is an insight into the mind of a bouncer, a Queensland bouncer, an insight into your mind and into the job, and how you got started and what you know, your insight into the industry.
Yeah.
So can you tell me how you got started, Greg?
Yeah, I got started about 13 years ago. I was living in Townsville, and the company I was working for went under, and I heard there was a lot of work going in security, so I went and got my licence and been doing it ever since, 13 years.
So what would you say your style of approach to the industry is, mate?
These days they try to go very hands off, but I don't know, bit of the old saying, if in doubt give them a clout, need be. But,
okay.
Yeah.
When in doubt, give them the clout.
Yeah.
So
majority of the time you talk them out, but
okay, so that being said, what's your background in martial arts and fighting?
Did a little bit of kickboxing when I was younger, but I haven't done anything for a few years now.
Thai boxing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But haven't done anything for years. Sort of train on the job. So.
What's the hardest fight you ever been in your life in a bouncing situation?
Would have been about 7 years ago now, against a football team. It's probably 6 of us, about 12 of them, and that was the night Mark sort of got pinned up against the wall by one guy, a couple of guys, either arm. Well, one big lad launched into him, and then I sort of ran across, jumped on that guy's back, had to kick off the wall to get him off Mark, and then from there on, as soon as I got that guy away from Mark was right to kick off himself, and yeah, it's just everywhere you turn, there's a bloke you had to drop.
So what's the worst injury you've ever sustained in the industry, mate?
Just a black eye, really.
Yeah.
Considering I've been doing it for 13 years, I've come away pretty good. So, a black eye and a bit of damage to my neck, but
our job sometimes is, as you said, sometimes it entails clout. So it means sometimes you have to go and do something to another human being that ordinarily, like you kind of socially conditioned not to do. But sometimes we run into some scumbag fucks who we got to take out of the way. Like, how do you come to terms with yourself in your mind about having to take those pricks out? Do you ever feel any remorse about it?
I don't feel any remorse at all. It's the main thing about the job is keeping the staff and everyone else safe, and by removing them from the picture, I don't see why I should have any remorse in it.
Okay, so you're unapologetic about being a bouncer?
No, not at all. Yeah. I wouldn't like everything I've ever done, I wouldn't change.
Who's the hardest bouncer you've ever worked with in your career?
That'd be Mark.
Yeah?
Yep, without a doubt.
Without a doubt?
Yep.
What qualities does he possess which would make him the hardest man that you've worked with? Because he certainly doesn't seem like a standover man type of guy. He seems like he's pretty loyal and pretty open and pretty honest, you know.
Yeah.
So
that's why we got along so well. Like, we're both pretty kicked back, relaxed, let it go, but you got to draw a line somewhere.
And what's the line usually?
We give them a bit of rope to run with, but eventually the dickheads hang themselves. Usually they did. But Mark's kind of stand-up guy. Like he'll let someone have a bit of fun, but as soon as they cross that line, you do what you got to do.
Okay, so what's a dickhead? What are the type? Can you give me some categories of dickheads, mate? That you usually encounter.
Bullies, stand-over guys.
Black fellas, white fellas, yellow fellas. What?
Oh, doesn't matter what colour they are. They're all the fucking same. Like,
Sorry, say that again.
Doesn't matter what colour or race they are. There's dickheads in every race.
So would you say your job is fucking pretty much giving a dickhead of any race who enters into an establishment and fucks with your boss's business, you give them a touching up? Is that what your job is, or?
Yeah, I usually give them the option to walk away quietly, but it's sort of the 3 strikes you out. You ask them 3 times, so they still haven't left on the 3rd time. Well, they'd learn the hard way then.
A lot of people in Australian culture, they hate us bouncers. They think that we're the fucking party poopers. What's your take on that? Because it seems to be a stereotype that sticks with us. A lot of people hate the bouncer.
Without a doubt. But I don't know. You don't know until you got on the job and done it yourself. Like, it's easy to point your finger and fucking say shit about people, but unless you stood in their shoes, it's a different story. Like
yeah,
a lot of those people, there's no way in the world they'd do it. Like offer them a shirt or a badge. No, fuck, no one wants to do it.
So is there a Greg Sharpe who doesn't, like, is there a difference between the Greg Sharpe that doesn't have the uniform on, and then once the uniform's on and the tag's on, the Greg Sharpe that is on duty? Is there a difference?
No, I don't think so. If you're a dickhead out in public and you do the same thing, you're still going to get slapped.
So that's your kind of attitude?
Yeah, like...
What's your philosophy on fighting and punching someone in the head? And you know what I mean? Like, I was brought up in a way, in Queensland type of way, that there's nothing wrong with giving someone a smack in the head if they fucking deserve it. And it's probably like a good thing sometimes. Now it seems that there's this new society, the way they're fucking talking is it's a bad thing. But what's your philosophy behind giving a man a smack in the head who deserves it?
If they deserve it, especially if it's some clown out and they're starting some kind of beef with someone or causing a disturbance, like, then if they're going to go around doing that, they've got to be dealt with accordingly.
And what's accordingly, Greg?
If in doubt, give them a clout.
Yeah, and then what's your favourite combo to sort of joker like that out? What would you do? Will you grapple him first, or will you just fucking knock him straight out? What, break his hand? What's your go?
Oh, my favourite winter move would be the bitch slap across the face. Step across them, and then let it go.
Carotid artery?
No, straight upside the face. Just slap them across the face on a cold winter's night, mate. It stings like fucking shit. And while they're in shock, just give them a quick lift. Quick slap, maybe a leg kick.
Okay.
So.
What, like good check or something?
Yeah, slap across the face, then leg kick down across their knee.
Yeah.
Bring them down on the ground. Usually by that stage, the shock of the slap, and then before they realise that they're on the ground.
So that's a carotid to a femoral artery. So you're hitting the carotid in the neck and then the femoral in the fucking leg. That's a good move, mate.
Yeah, even just a slap across the face, like just on a cold winter's night, mate. You won't get anything that stings more than that.
And what's it sound like on a cold winter's night if you slap it? When you slap
sounds lovely.
Yeah.
No. It's the best winter move, I think, just a slap.
What's the best summer move?
I don't know, it depends what situation you're in. Whatever's going on at the time, I suppose. Like,
yeah, well, what if everything's fucking going down, Greg, and people are fucking swinging, things are breaking left, right, and fucking centre, and you and Mark are dead centre, and you got fucking 20 cunts fucking opening up? What's
we've been in that situation before.
Yeah, well, what's going on in your fucking head when that's happening?
Drop every cunt you don't know.
Yeah.
Fucking oath.
So in that situation, what's your take on it in your mind? What is the connection that is being made between yourself and your mind and the fact that you've got a whole bunch of fuckers coming at you? What do?
Oh, I don't know what comes over me. I just the switch flicks, and then it's just
And the switch, what's the switch? Is it a switch like? Are you conscious that you're punching a human being when you flick that switch, or is it just like fucking punching a fucking carcass or something?
That's just fucking I don't know. Once your switch flicks, like I don't know, you're just into it. Like take down as many guys as you can. Been in a situation a couple of times like that with Mark and turned around. I dropped one guy, turn around, there's another one into him, and catch out of the corner of my eye. He's Mark. He's doing the exact same thing to 2 or 3 other guys.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, you got to do it. Like these people, when they're out on the piss and they're full of piss and drugs, and they don't care about you, they don't care about anyone. Like you got to do what. If you don't do it to them, like you got to take them out. Otherwise, they don't care.
Well, Greg, who's the baddest son of a bitch you've ever fucking had a run in with, and what was it?
Oh, probably a big South African guy. It's at the pub. John someone. But he is just, standover man. Yeah, it'd be put in his place.
So how did you put him in his place? What did you go up and talk to him first, or what? You just fucking knock him out?
Yeah, no. Mark sort of pointed him out. So, I just went across and tried to chat to him, but it didn't work, so. Yeah.
So then, what exactly did you do?
So to drop him.
Yeah, what do you mean, like a left or right, a fucking leg kick, what'd you do?
Usually always start with a leg kick. I don't like to give away any tricks, but always lead with a leg kick.
Yeah, well, it's not going beyond like it. It'll just be scripted into the character in the film. Apart from that, mate. So it's not gonna be on YouTube or anything.
Yeah, always lead with a leg kick and then just hook in. As soon as they're on their way down, especially if they're still on their way down, give them one on the way down.
What does the Queensland law say about throwing a leg kick like that? Don't they say that we're only allowed to grapple those pricks by the law as bouncers?
Yeah, you're not allowed to punch them anymore. But depends who you like. There's the law, and then there's other massive companies. Like one particular company, ALH. Like they expect you to bear hug them and walk them out.
Okay.
Like they can be throwing punches at you, and ALH just expects you to walk up, put your arms around them, hug them, and walk them out.
What do you think about that?
It's a fucking joke.
Why is it a joke?
It's not realistic.
In how way? What way?
Well, you're not a fucking superhero, like.
So you think that what they're doing is they're putting the bouncer in more fucking danger than he actually should be in if he was just to be able to fucking clean him up and walk him out?
Yeah. It's just what they expect you to do is like, they make it harder and harder each year, and it's worse as it goes along. So
Mark talked a lot about loyalty in his books and in his stuff about loyalty between the brotherhoods with bouncers and stuff. What can you say about that, mate? Because in my experience, once you've been through a situation like we're talking about, when you fucking punch through like 20 or 30 fucking guys and both of you come out alive with all your fucking teeth and covered in blood or whatever, it kind of creates a bond between brothers, you know. So, like, what would you say about the brotherhood of us as bouncers when the connection of brotherhood?
Yeah, it's pretty tight. Like, strengthens with every fight. Like, especially like once you know you got each other's back and that, like, yeah.
So you said strengthens with every fight. So, in other words, like the more and more you and your boys have to fucking fight it out hard and to maintain law and order, the deeper the bond that you and your mates have once you've been like covering each other's back for a certain amount of time.
Yeah, like one of the teams me and Mark worked in together at a nightclub was the biggest multicultural mixture ball to come across. There's me and Mark, white Australians, another guy Marty, and then you had a Samoan, a Tongan, Maori, and a retard mark. But apart from the retard, like it's just like totally different nationalities, but just like had each other's backs, and we had a real tight bond. And it was only for a fucked up big company in the end that split us all up. Like,
Okay, so hey, have you ever had have you ever met Vasa Apiru before?
no,
Vasa? You heard of him before though, right?
no, I don't know. No, I
Samoan
don't
that
think
used to work at the cabaret with Mark.
no, I haven't met him. No.
What about Regan Harris? Have you met him before?
I don't think I've met Regan. I've heard about him.
What have you heard about him?
He's a good bloke to work with.
What about his reputation as a bouncer?
Yeah, it's a good reputation.
What is his reputation as a bouncer?
He's hard.
Hard as fuck, right?
Yep, hard as fucking fair.
Okay, so how would if you were to be writing the epitaph on the gravestone of Mark Hammer Dixon, what would it be, mate?
He's a hard man, fair, very loyal, just all round good guy.
Okay, Greg, thank you very much for your time, mate.
No worries.
I just want to
So now I'll just
do both of us sitting together.
yeah, I'm